Alright, in this video I'm going to be replacing the rear derailleur hanger. You can see the rear derailleur is broken off, and that is because the derailleur hanger snapped. When my kids were doing some mountain biking, you can see the derailleur hanger is held on by one bolt and it attaches to the frame here, but obviously it snapped off, and this is the one I got. Keep in mind, not all mountain bikes use the same style of derailleur hanger. This is a GT mountain bike and the model name is a Stomper, but I think GT uses that one type of hanger on most of their bikes. I got the hanger off Amazon, but you could also get something similar from Jensen USA, some other spots. I'll throw some links in the description as well. First thing I'm doing is just removing the broken piece of hanger. There is one bolt that holds the derailleur onto the hanger, and there's the piece right there. Now to get the portion of the derailleur hanger that is on the bike off, I do need to remove the rear wheel. This has got a quick release setup. If you don't have the quick release setup, you might need some additional wrenches to get the wheel off. And of course you need to disconnect the brakes to get the wheel off in most cases. If you have a few Allen keys or hex wrenches, you should be able to accomplish this. Usually it's in the 3, 4, or 5 millimeter range for most of these things. And it's held onto the bike with just one bolt. Mounting these up is really easy as long as you got the right hanger. It really only fits in there one way, and this bike has a small cutout on the frame of the bike, and there's a corresponding cutout on the derailleur hanger, so that it sort of locks in place. If you're using a socket set for this, just keep in mind you don't want to go over tight with these bolts. They have a very low torque specification. I don't exactly know what the torque spec is, but suffice it to say, if you go too hard with these, it will start to strip out the bolt heads pretty easily. I am removing one of the sprockets out of the rear derailleur, and that's just to take the chain off. And I'm doing that because the derailleur got flipped around a few times, so it's a bit of a puzzle on how the chain needs to go back on, but that's okay. I'll put the chain back on once I mount the derailleur up. Now, just like when you're putting the derailleur hanger on the bike, there is a bump on the derailleur, and there's a corresponding flat spot on the derailleur hanger, so you need to have the notch that's on the derailleur behind the flat spot on the hanger, so it is back and up a little bit, and that prevents the derailleur from swinging too far forward. Basically, it locks it in place. Now with the derailleur on, I'll just drop the wheel back on. And this is just to make sure that I get the routing of the chain correct. And the last thing I'll do is, like I said, just getting the routing of the chain correct. And then I'll replace the sprocket from the rear derailleur, which I had taken off. So I'll get the chain lined up with how it's supposed to go on the bike. Basically just get the flow of the chain around the rear cog stack and then around the rear derailleur correct. And then I'll put on the final sprocket onto the rear derailleur, and then that'll be pretty much it. So just like most things, there's only one bolt that holds this in place. And again, all you need is a set of Allen keys, hex wrenches, that kind of thing to do this. And again, if you have 3, 4, and 5 millimeters, that should cover everything that you need. A 6 mil might be used, but that's pretty rare for most bike stuff. So I'll get it tightened down and just check all the other bolts to make sure that they're sufficiently tight. Now, because the rear derailleur went into the spokes, there is a chance that it got bent, but fortunately for me, that's not the case. And once I get everything put back together, everything's gonna work fine. So I did adjust the high and low settings on the rear derailleur a little bit, just to ensure that there's no way that the rear derailleur can get pushed into the spokes again, because obviously I don't want to replace this derailleur hanger multiple times. The derailleur hanger is designed to break off in the event that something really grabs onto the rear derailleur, like the spokes of the wheel, or if you hit a log or something like that. And that's just so you don't break the whole frame of the bike. Obviously the bike can't be used when that happens though, so it is a bit of a pain when the rear derailleur hanger breaks off. Overall, pretty fast and easy job. Probably the hardest part is actually just making sure that the chain is routed around the rear cog stack and through the derailleur properly. Anyway, thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.